Good morning. My name is Huei Peng. I'm the director of MCT. Today, we made some changes, both in terms of MCT and also how we plan and offer this research meeting. So I prepared a few slides to give you some overview of the changes this year. Many of you come and who are familiar with MTC probably notice one thing. Now everything was called MCT, and that's a rebranding effort to make sure that instead of another element in the acronym soup, MTC is no more. And we are going forward known as MCT, and what you know as MCT where you did your testing will be called MCT Test Facility or sometimes MCT Lab. Either way, we know that MCT Lab or Test Facility means the physical test track, but MCT as a whole is the old MTC. I hope that's not too confusing to you. And going forward, our website is totally revamped, and you see all the banners, all the name tag, everything has been updated. So going forward, will be known as MCT. I know I might be preaching to the choir. I shake about 30, 40 hands this morning. And many of you are very familiar with what is MCT, but MCT is a public-private partnership focusing on the research, development, deployment of connected and automated vehicles. We operate MCT test facility, we operate living laboratories, and also we support research projects. So up to today, we have about 29 pooled research projects sponsored over the last 3 years, and then we have 8 tailored projects sponsored by working closely with our leadership circle companies. So MCT, I know 15 of our members have used MCT test facility, and MCT is getting better and stronger every day. So right before lunch today, Greg McGuire, the MCT lab director, will give you an update of the new capabilities of MCT. I'm sure you may be pleasantly surprised. Not only we have connected capabilities, but we have something new, and he will talk about MCT during his presentation. So we believe MCT shouldn't be just a test facility. It should also be where you integrate simulation with your physical testing. So we are very proud that 2 of our company members, MSC or Mechanical Simulation Corporation, CarSim, and also TAS with pre-scan. Both software has MCT as an environment, and we have representation from both companies here today. If you are thinking of using MCT and possibly even using simulation in MCT, it's probably a good idea to talk to them to see what other capabilities they have. In terms of living laboratories, Debbie Bazina, I saw Debbie right here. Debbie is helping us to lead our Connected Ann Arbor Living Laboratory. So at one point we had 2,800. We're down to about 1,500 today, but we are moving our way back to about 2,200 vehicles, 60 intersections, and we aim to achieve SAE 2945 requirement. So our DSRC GPS accuracy are validated as accurate enough as a living laboratory, not just as a deployment. So our vehicles have been collecting a large quantity of data, both from BSM and also beyond. We have more than 100 vehicles with DAS, data acquisition systems, and some of the data are being made available. So I know as leadership circle companies, you have been getting 3 years or 4 years of data, and affiliate members have been getting 2 years of our connected vehicle data, and so that you can play with them, see value. And we are working on 5 different small data projects, and we are going to get some of this data available to you as what we call data nuggets. And some of them will be labeled camera images. Some of them will show how people drive their vehicle in Ann Arbor, making, for example, lane changes or left turns and so forth. So stay tuned. We are redoubling our effort in data, and hopefully this data will become very useful for your research. The example use of data, so if you see anything interesting, here on the slides, we have analyzing the vehicle trips in the city of Ann Arbor. They have been used to understand the congestion of Ann Arbor, and we have algorithm for adaptive traffic signal control using DSRC done by Professor Henry Liu. And everything moves slowly when you start to really tap into the real traffic signals in the city, but we are very happy to report that we are making progress. We are already getting some near real-time data from Plymouth corridor. Hopefully by the end of this year, the whole corridor will be live, meaning not only we have DSRC functions, but going forward, we may have near real-time data from all the 6 traffic signals along the Plymouth corridor. And hopefully that will inspire some creative use of this data. Okay, so that's probably enough. We have been testing this driverless shuttle over the last 5 months, and we have given about, I'll say 80 to 100 tours and runs over this shuttle. So if some of you have been visiting M City in the last few months, you probably have ridden in this shuttle already. The good news is we have very aggressive plan of even going further. So we are talking to our leadership circle company tomorrow, and hopefully we can get some of the shuttles on campus running inside the city of Ann Arbor very soon. Okay, so today is about research review meeting. So we had 29 pooled projects already sponsored. And today we are not going to, like the previous research meetings, presenting somewhere between 18 to 20 projects. So we got some feedback from many of you that's too many slides, too many different topics to absorb. So we made some changes. Number one is that we will only present just finished or finishing projects. So the good news is that it's only about 7 research projects, but we will go deep. So they will have more time and more detail for those project results, and they will highlight the impact and major findings. Second is we understand that many of you understand AV is not just about technology. There are plenty of legal liability insurance questions that need to be addressed both from the research viewpoint, also from real implementation at the state or the federal government level. So over the last year, we had sponsored the development of 2 law school courses, and today we are very glad to have both of the lecturers coming to talk to us about these courses. Professor Daniel Crane just finished his the first offering of a business model of CAV data course, and he will have a focused discussion of the course content and funding. And also in the afternoon, we have a panel to discuss about legal liability issue led by Emily Frescaroli. She's the lecturer of the other course at the business school. Oh, sorry, law school too, right? It's a law school, I apologize. But both courses have both legal and business implications. And also this year we start to kick off a few so-called MCT legal research projects. And you will hear from these legal law firms about what they plan to do. So the process works like this. We have a legal liability insurance working group. So the leadership circle company representations come together, discuss the key legal liability insurance issues, and discuss with the law firms. And they basically work with us and say, hey, these are interesting research questions. Let's work together as MCT legal research projects. So we'll hear then the early ideas, and the results will be presented later in the next research meeting in November. But today you have a chance to hear about the designing and concept of these projects. And finally, one thing we are doing this year that's different from the previous years is last November you came and we present 400 slides from 18 projects, and you are fatally wounded and go home. This year we say, no, that doesn't make sense. Let's make sure that we have a team building exercise. So the last element of today's program is you see these easels and chairs. So we will organize people into smaller groups, and you will play this research rendezvous or music chairs. So every 20 minutes, you can rotate among 3 of the 6 topics, and then you have a chance to meet our faculty members who will be leading the discussion, as well as many other company researchers, and you can brainstorm about what is the research questions you would like to see studied, discussed in the future research activities. So that's the 3 new things we implemented for this year's research review meeting. We hope that you will find this new format useful. And we also recognize that you probably want to hear about the other projects, and I really want to encourage you to go to our new MCT website. Okay, so this is our new website, and in our website you should be able to see research. If you go to our research page, every project, they are organized into different categories. If you want to see more about one of the projects, you click in and you will see some abstract. And we are distributing, of course, the quarterly report of this research project. So if you want to learn more, please talk to us. Vicky is our collaboration manager. She will be your point of contact if you want to get quarterly report or even more discussion with the researchers. Please work with Vicky to make that happen. All right, so that's the overview of today's meeting. So let me go on and introduce the next speaker. So this will be Legal Insurance Liability Update. This will be updated by our working group lead, Bryce Pills. Bryce will talk about this working group, and then he will talk about the legal research project, and then also introduce the next speaker, Professor Daniel Quinn, about the law school course. Bryce?